Hey guys, this is Chris from Empire Bricks and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars pre-review. Today we're having a look at the upcoming UCS set Betrayal at Cloud City. It is a long-awaited set that has been around in rumors for a very long time. The set will release for VIP members on the 13th of September and will be available to the general public on the 1st of October. It will have 2,812 pieces. Will come with 18 minifigures and 2 droids, so basically 20 minifigures, and it will retail for $349.99 in euros and probably $299.99 in dollars. So guys, there has been rumors about this set for months and months and months now, and here it is. And I have to say that in many ways I am very disappointed, but let's have a look at the box first, a good look. First thing is that I call it the UCS Betrayal at Cloud City, but this is actually not a official UCS set. As you can see, the Ultimate Collector Series emblem and everything is missing from the box, and from what I have heard, this is a set that will be kind of falling under the new Master Builder Series kind of emblem. I'm not sure because I cannot see that on the box, but this is what I have heard. Kind of a bummer because all of the rest of the box actually looks like a UCS set, but it's actually not a UCS set. So in many ways, I think a lot of people will be happy about that because they don't consider playsets a UCS, and LEGO has listened to that and has made this something different. So before I go into the complete set, let's have a look at the many minifigures. Like I said, there are 18 of them and 2 droids. So let's start with the most important character from this scene, because it's of course from The Empire Strikes Back. That is Han Solo. We get 2 of him, one in his kind of normal outfit, the blue shirt with the blue jacket with the white shirt underneath, the belt buckles on his pants, and you can see some dark printing that has to be boots. And on the left we get the more undressed version, I guess, and that's the one that will be going into the carbon freezing chamber. The one for the carbon freezing chamber doesn't have printing on the legs, so that's kind of disappointing for a UCS set. And it's also not exclusive, and I'm pretty sure that there's nothing too much exclusive about the Han Solo on the right, but I might be mistaken. If anything, there hasn't changed a lot, so it's not a very special figure, but still it's nice to have 2 versions of the same figure. I think they did a good job on that. Moving on, we get Leia, of course, and this is very exciting. On the left we see Leia in her Hoth outfit. Nothing too exclusive there as well. I think might be an updated version, so maybe exclusive to the set, but it's nothing really new. It does look good though. But on the right we can see a completely new Leia figure with a dress, and she comes with a new robe piece which has been printed, of course. The print lines up pretty neatly with the torso. Looks great. She's smiling. I think this will be a very expensive figure in the future, and we will not be seeing this one in any other sets very soon. So a very cool new Leia figure in this set. Moving on, we get, of course, Luke, and I'm very happy with this one. The original Luke from the Cloud City set was very expensive by now. This is an updated version of him, and even though the look is kind of simple, just some pouches and packs, it just looks very clean and neat, and I'm very happy with how this looks. This will of course be a very expensive figure as well, because it will be exclusive to the set and will probably get the same prices as the original Cloud City Luke after some time. So a very cool figure and very highly collectible. Another good guy is Chewbacca. Nothing too special here. We can see that he has some printing on his legs, which is cool, but the mold and everything stayed the same. Might be a small color change, but I don't think so. It's just a general Chewbacca figure. Kind of a bummer, but I understand that they will not be making a new one for just one set, since the original one is pretty much okay. Then we get 2 droids, one of which is not officially counted in the minifigure count, but the first is C-3PO. He is not new as well, although I have to say that the silver print on one of his legs does look kind of unfamiliar for me, but I might have missed something there. But nothing too special, and the same goes for R2-D2, which is counted as a droid, not a minifigure, is simply the same version that we have seen in many other sets, so nothing too exclusive about those either. Of course, we get another figure, and that is Lando. And now this is a figure that doesn't really matter in which form he comes. He is kind of a collectible by itself because there's not too many of them around. And this one is an updated version, and it looks absolutely amazing. The cape is, I guess, the most collectible because it is blue on the outside, but it has this very fine print on the inside, as you can see, kind of a flowery golden print, which looks absolutely stunning. So the figure itself, nothing too special. It's a simple print, no leg printing, same hairpiece that we have seen before, but the cape is an absolute stunner and will make this figure very, very expensive. Then we get to kind of employees of Cloud City. We get Lobot, which is sort of the personal assistant to Lando. I don't think he is updated. He could have used some leg printing though. He looks kind of stern, no double-sided face, of course, and he is bald, so no hairpiece as well. He looks good, nothing too special again. I guess Lego is not that much into leg printing. I mean, just some creases on the pants would have been great just to give it more feel, but they are skipping that. On the right we can see an Ugnaught. They operate some of the facilities on Cloud City, including the carbon freezing chamber. Very detailed printing on the head. I cannot see if it's a new mold or simply a new print on an existing mold. I think it's the latter, so it's the same mold but with new printing. But it looks fresh and new, so that's good. I think it's exclusive to the set. And same goes for the torso. I think it's a new torso that we haven't seen before. And he comes with these short legs, which Lego never prints, so that's no biggie. And the other two figures are two Bespin guards. Now, we have seen a few variations of this one. I think the print and the helmet and everything has stayed exactly the same. The only thing that has changed are the faces. We get two different ones, so these are not the same figure with a double-sided face. These are actually two different Bespin guards, and I really like the one with the mustache. Kind of makes it look, like someone that has been around during the filming of The Empire Strikes Back. And the other one is kind of a plain face. So nothing too special. We get two, so that's good. Most people have a few of these lying around in their collection. So you can actually have kind of a small Bespin guard army or detached. That's good. And two new figures, which I'm really excited about, are the Cloud Car pilots. Now, we get two of those as well. Even though they look different in this picture, I think they are actually exactly the same figure, because if you look at the print on the head, those are the same. The helmets are, I think, either a new mold or it's a mold from the Resistance or Rebel helmets that they have given a new color. But yeah, either way, it looks very, very good. They have some emblems on their chests, which I guess is the logo of Cloud City, or at least the kind of regiment that they belong to. You can see the same logo on their belts. They have some equipment with them, and one of them comes with a blaster, but I'm guessing that many of the figures will come with a blaster. But these two are really cool. We get two of them, so they don't have to be too expensive if you buy them from Bricklink, so that's a very good thing. Very collectible figures. Next we move on to the bad guys, and we get Darth Vader and one Stormtrooper. Now, it's always nice to have more Stormtroopers, and Darth Vader is a very, very cool looking figure. And if you don't have this figure yet, I think you'll be very happy with it. But nonetheless, these are not exclusive. It would have been very nice to have something exclusive for this set. And as far as I can see, this is just the same Darth Vader that we have seen in previous sets, and the Stormtrooper is of course very generic, but in the case of a Stormtrooper, that is a good thing, because you want to have a lot of them, and they kind of have to look the same. So nothing too special. Moving on, we get Boba Fett and IG-88. Now, IG-88 is, again, not counted as a minifigure, but as a droid. Boba Fett, of course, is. Even though he is not new, he is kind of special, because this is the Boba Fett that you get with the UCS Slave 1. So if you don't have that set, this is still an exclusive figure, or relatively exclusive, and you can only get it in a UCS set. So you can also get it in the UCS Slave 1, but still a pretty collectible figure all by itself. Now, let's move on to the actual set. Here's an overview look of the whole thing. Now, as you can see, they kind of try to capture the shape of the Cloud City, so it has to be sort of round. And I guess that if you would cover it up, with some plates. It would kind of look like Cloud City, but I'm so disappointed with how this looks. I know it's a playset, which I think is not a very good thing for a UCS set or a set this size. So it's a playset, but it should have been covered up one way or the other. But this simply doesn't really look like Cloud City. It more or less looks like the top part of the existing Death Star set, which is much bigger and relatively cheap if you look at the piece count. So yeah, the looks are not very convincing. The part in the middle on the top kind of symbolizes the city on top of the structure, but not convincing enough for me to really recognize this instantly as Cloud City. You can only do that by looking at all the different interiors. There is quite a few of them, so there's a high playability, and I think children will have a blast with this set. And also for taking pictures and photographs, I think this is a very good set. But just on display, the kind of odd shape and the not resembling of Cloud City is very, very much a downside in my eyes. So let's have a look at two vehicles that we get with this set, starting with the Cloud Car, or a Twin Cloud Pod. This one is red. I know they're actually a little bit of dark orange, I think, but this looks very good. It has been a very, very long time since we had a new version of this one. And I think that basically everyone can build this one from Bricklink without buying the set, except for, of course, the stickers on the top. But that's kind of acceptable. So it actually seats two pilots. As you can see, they are in both pods at the moment. I think they will open on the side. You can see some clips there. So it's a very narrow and small cockpit, but it works and it looks absolutely great. So this is a very, very much a plus. And I think a lot of people will be bricklinking just this Cloud Car, except of buying the set. So moving on, we get another vehicle, and that is kind of a MIDI-sized Slave 1, and that's what a lot of people will be, kind of drawn to the set for, having another Slave 1. It looks good, uses a lot of the pieces that has been used in the UCS Slave 1. And I guess in the other Slave 1 versions that we have seen, it actually fits a minifigure, so you can see Boba Fett there. Not too much space, not a real cockpit, he's just kind of looking through the window, but still it works. It looks good. Yeah, nothing more to say about that. I just guess this looks really, really good, and the two vehicles together are going to be a draw to this set, and I think Lego knows that, so it's a good thing that they included those vehicles. Then we move on to kind of the rooms that are in the set, and here is the carbon freezing chamber, and it looks very similar to the carbon freezing chamber set that you can buy, except that this is a full circle instead of a half one. The Han Solo in carbonite piece is the same. The mechanism is sort of the same, I guess. You can take him down, swap him, and freeze him in carbonite. You can see a bit of Han Solo there underneath. But for the rest, it's kind of empty. I remember from the movie that room was really dark, almost black. It had all kinds of equipment hanging around. And this looks far too light and kind of nice to me. It should have had more greebling on the walls or on the sides, maybe have some equipment, and I know that would have upped the piece count, but still, this just doesn't give me the feel of the movie, I guess. So it's nice to have it. It has to be in there, of course, because it's a Cloud City set, but not the best version that you could make, I guess. Moving on, we get to the kind of the ramp where in the movie Darth Vader tells Luke that he is his father, and I think this is a very neat feature. It looks a lot like the mocks that I have seen of this scene before, but it's well executed. You can see Vader and Luke there. There is this pillar with all kinds of antennas where Luke is holding onto. That looks kind of realistic. The flexible tubes give it a good rounded look. There is kind of a place where you can put more minifigures on, and there is an entrance. So in many ways this looks very good. It's kind of sticking out of the build, so it's kind of empty, and you have to imagine the kind of the depth of Cloud City underneath, but well executed with very little pieces. So this looks really, really good. The next room is the kind of dining room where Vader awaits Luke and Leia, and where kind of Lando reveals that he has kind of sold them out to the Empire. You can see Darth Vader sitting across the table. There's some sticker detailing on the walls, some round windows, which I think are a nice detail. The whole tan and white look makes it look very much like the movie, and yeah, it's kind of plain, but it does what it needs to do. There's more than enough room, so this is a well executed room. Nothing too much in terms of play value, but this will look great if you take kind of photographs of the scene, I guess. So a very good room for people who like to take pictures of their Lego. The next room is, I guess, the room where Han and Leia stay in the meanwhile, or it's a hallway. It's very hard to tell, but we can see Lando kind of leading them through the ways. I'm guessing this is a hallway. You can see more sticker detailing on the walls, giving the whole thing a very, I don't know, this 70s sci-fi feel. You can see a door with the modified bricks with the kind of small edges that looks very nice, but there's not too much going on here. There's a hologram piece in the middle, but nothing really happens. It's not a very beautiful room, so kind of a disappointment, I guess. Then we get to the whole overview. Now there is a little bit more spaces. You can see another room where Han and Leia are behind a door, which is I guess their dressing room or the room that they are staying in. You can see kind of a back alley hallway where C-3PO wanders around and encounters a stormtrooper. So everything is kind of built around the movies. In the back you can see an interrogation room with IG-88. I couldn't find a picture of that quickly, but I don't think much is going on there. But just in terms of playability, this is so much worse than the Death Star, which has so much rooms and so much levels and playability. And this has basically the carbon freezing chamber, and there's a landing pad, of course, for the Cloud Car and or the Slave One. So that is some playability, but the most of it is just empty rooms with walls that look nice, but nothing too much that you can do with it. So in terms of price, it's expensive. It's 350 euros for not even 3,000 pieces. Very bad piece to price ratio. It's very hard to find positive things, and I don't think a lot of people will be very enthusiastic about this. I will not be getting this set for a fact. I don't like these larger play sets. I'm not a fan of the price point. I'm not a fan of how it looks. Basically, the only very big pro on this set is the minifigure selection. It is, I think, the set with at least the Star Wars set with the most minifigures, with I guess 20 if you count IG-88 and R2-D2. And they are all amazing, even though most of them are not exclusive. It's a very complete. I mean, this is the set of minifigures that I would have liked to see with the UCS Millennium Falcon. Not this exact set, but just to be so complete. Every minifigure that you would want is in this set. So that's a very good thing. I guess that is one of the kind of items that makes this set more expensive, is the very high minifigure count. But nevertheless, I don't think this is a very good set. Lego could have done a much better job or made a display piece. But for the people who missed out on the original Cloud City set, this is certainly an updated version of that set. It is complete in terms of minifigures. So yeah, for those people, I think it's a very good set. But on display, this is not what it should be, I think. So guys, a very long video, but there was a lot to talk about. I really hope you enjoyed this pre-review. Can't wait until more information comes out. And of course, we will be looking out for the next UCS set as soon as that has any information on it. For now, thank you all for watching. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.